Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of River Rush Outdoors. This is a how-to episode. Today I'm going to show you how to install a Gomexus Power Knob onto a PENN Battle II or Battle III. They're identical reel handle. So these Gomexus Power Knobs, they are super well made, super nice. They're going to come with some bearings, some different size screws, short and long. There's a little washers in there. There's the shaft, of course, and there's also bushing. This is for all different applications, so they try to give you all the parts you're going to need for all different types of reel handles. If you have a Shimano or a Daiwa, it's going to be super simple. You just simply unscrew the old one, screw the new one in, and you're ready to go. But a lot of the reels, including this PENN reel handle, needs to be, Gomexus says that it's a drill fitment application. So what they recommend is you literally cut off the handle, drill out that rivet so that it's able to receive the shaft, and then screw that on. But I did this the first time, and as you can see, there's like a little raised dimple there that makes it kind of concave. And I'll tell you what, I really had trouble with that drill bit walking on that and not drilling down the center, which of course is problematic. So I mean, I suppose you could try to punch that with a punch and put a, kind of reverse that upward dimple to a depression, but I decided that I was just going to belt sand that right off smooth and punch it on through, which I did, and it worked out great. So let me show you how I do that. I'll get started here shortly and we'll get that sucker installed. Alright, so here we go. This is the rivet again, 1-inch belt sander. There you go, that's pretty good. Obviously it leaves some sand marks on there, but you'll see that's it's not very noticeable when you're done. So it doesn't really bother anything. It's aluminum, so the finish is taken off of there a little bit, but it doesn't bother me. You'll see what I'm talking about when it's all said and done. So there it is. Okay, we got that sanded down, and I got it in a vise now. You want to put that in that vise pretty tight. I used a piece of leather. I didn't really want to mar that finish up on the reel handle any more than I need to, so just use a nail punch and a hammer. See, the rivets started, but due to the taper of the punch, need to take it out of the vise. Now I'm just going to clamp the handle itself. Use a block of wood and the hammer. It's in there tight, I'll tell you that much. Tighten the vise down a little bit more. That's what I'm talking about. Now you can drill it out very easily, get it centered with the right drill bit, and you're good to go. Okay, so now we just got to drill that hole out to fit that shaft, the new shaft. This is a 13/64 drill bit. Gomexus recommends a 5mm drill bit. A little difficult to find metrics, at least are in my area. This 13/64 is 5.2 millimeters, which means it's a little bit bigger than the 5mm. I haven't had any issues. I mean, it seems to work good, but I would definitely recommend, if you have the time and can find one, get a 5mm as they recommend. It'll probably be just a little bit easier, and I'll show you why here in just a little bit. But let me drill out this hole to the shaft. There we go. Nice and centered and right size. So okay, so you have the hole drilled out, the old handle's off, the hole's drilled out. Now you take the new shaft and you simply insert it into there and use one of the short screws. I found works best. Use one of the short screws to fasten that shaft onto the handle. Use a little bit of Permalock, which is the medium strength thread locker that JB Weld makes on the threads as you're doing it. This whole process, use some of that Permalock on any threads that you're doing. So I have the shaft on the handle. And this is what I wanted to point out. This is the difference between 5 and 5.2 millimeters. I put a washer on there. I don't know if you can see that or not. But that washer helps that screw head from wanting to be drawn down into that shaft or that hole that you drilled. If you use 5mm, I'm sure it would fit without a washer. But I just put a washer on there to keep it from drawing down into the handle. So there's the shaft on the handle. Now the knob. I like putting a washer on there. I found it works pretty good. Keeps the knob from being too sloppy on the shaft. Put the washer on there. Put a bearing on there. They fit nice and tight. Now the lower half of the knob goes onto the shaft. Now this is important. You want this bearing that you're going to put on there now to go down into the lower half of the power knob and onto the shaft. It has to sit on there, otherwise you're going to have some play side to side with the power knob. So it's a little tricky, but you'll see what I mean. There we go. Put the screw in there. Long screw. Put some of that Permalock on there too, don't forget that. Snug that down. You can tighten it pretty good. The links are all right, so you can tighten that right down and not worry about compressing the bearings. Now you put a little bit of Permalock on these threads. Cap on. Tighten that down. There you go. Pretty sweet. Love it. Put it on the reel for you. Ah, there we go. Nice addition. Really like that feel of that knob on there. That's a lot, I don't know, it's just a lot more comfortable than that stock handle. Matches beautifully. They come in all sorts of different colors and styles. So check it out, man. Really nice addition to that reel. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching another episode of River Rush Outdoors. I'm your host, Mike Deming. Good luck fishing, everybody. See you in the spring. Let me know if you have any questions. Take her easy.